In the spirit of Murrow, Jennings, Cronkite, here's another great moment in local news.
Oh, I don't care if she's 20. Hell, I'd fuck her. You can't say you wouldn't fuck her. Maybe that's what I'll do when they find her. I'll go and fuck her. Fuck her right in a pussy.
All right, well, we definitely apologize for that editing error in that.
That's a great moment in local news. Now, back to the Adam Carolla Show.
Could we just stop talking to people on the street? Because either they just swear a blue streak or they have no fucking idea what happened.
Like that was actually a reporter waiting to do the story and didn't know he was live.
Oh, it was a reporter?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
That wasn't even a man on the street?
No, that was real.
Oh, he didn't know.
He was prepping for his live hit, and they went to him. They went to him before he knew.
Oh, well, now we got to hear it again, because in that context, that sounds awesome.
Oh, I don't care if she's 20. Hell, I'd fuck her. You can't say you wouldn't fuck her. Maybe that's what I'll do when they find her. I'll go and fuck her. Fuck her right in a pussy.
All right, well, we definitely apologize for that editing error in that.
Oh, my God. So, like, a 20-year-old hot chick went missing?
Yeah.
Man.
But he was supposed to be standing in front of the, RV that she was last seen in, saying, this is a
video of him.
This is a very tragic day.
I want to know what's happening with that guy, like where he is now.
I want to hear it, and I want to see him do it. Yeah. And if he's fired, I'm hiring, because I like the cut of this guy's jib. I like his candor. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He doesn't mince words.
Yeah, off the cuff, this guy. No filter.
He's looking at a picture of her, right?
Oh, I don't care if she's 20. Hell, I'd fuck her. You can't say you wouldn't fuck her. Maybe that's what I'll do when they find her. I'll go and fuck her. Fuck her right in a pussy.
All right, well, we definitely apologize for that editing error in that story. We are going to switch gears now to the prospect of peace talk.
Peace talk in the Middle East.
Segue.
Oh, my God.
There are some people on the internet saying that's a hoax, but it looks pretty cool.
Oh,
find that
Don't
man.
ruin it for me, Dawson.
It feels hoaxy to me. I know. I'm
Do
sorry.
not ruin it for me. All right, what do we got in the news?
All right. Well, I figured I'd bring up a few controversies and we'll get some of your takes. Controversies that have been dividing the internet. We'll start with Harvard. So there's a lot of groups at Harvard who have signed a statement blaming Israel for the deadly attacks by Hamas. And so CEOs of companies are now asking for the names of these students so they could blacklist them from ever getting hired. And so now a lot of people are arguing, and now a lot of these students have now withdrawn their names from.
Of course.
They're always cowards.
Whoopsies.
The very first block in the foundation of those people is coward.
100%.
They're 100% coward. By the way, the only reason they're saying what they're saying about everything is because they were cowards.
Yes.
The whole reason they got sucked into COVID is because they're cowards, because they want to step up and go, this doesn't make sense, or I'm not wearing a mask, or whatever. So coward is their number one attribute, and that's why they label everyone heroes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that super fat chick who wore a thong to the beach, hero.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's why they just throw hero around, because they're cowards.
Yeah. So when they published the letter, they even said we're concealing the names of these students for their protection. And now CEOs of these huge companies are demanding we need to see the names. And then the students have now some students have distanced themselves from the letters. But people are arguing, like, should we hold these kids accountable and their entire future accountable for what they're doing in college? And it's even dividing just people on the right. Like Megyn Kelly and Candace Owens had a big Twitter fight about this. And Vivek has said, let's not.
Megyn Kelly and I think I could beat off to that.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll watch that.
I'll watch Megyn Kelly and Candace. I feel like if there ain't something in that for you, you ain't alive, bro.
Yeah, that's pretty hot.
Yeah,
That's going to be something for everybody in that. Hold on. Let me think about that.
Let's take a moment. Let's all take a
Who's
moment.
running point on that threesome?
Man. they're both the ultimate example of their race.
Yeah, exactly.
Going at it.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's hot. Yeah.
So they had a few accomplice assaults to throw at each other. Vivek has said that let's not hold them accountable.
All right, so Candace wants them held accountable, and Megyn doesn't.
No, Megan wants them held accountable, and Can's just saying they're just college kids. Like, I was a liberal when I was in college. Why should we hold them?
It's such a conundrum. I got the flip.
That's a tough one right there.
Yeah, we of course we hate these college kids, but people are saying like you go to college to say stupid stuff and learn about it.
Okay. Well, all right. So then this kind of begs the question. I look at it a little differently.
Okay.
Which is, I've heard about, some guy and he runs a huge law firm and he's Jewish, and then someone who's on the head of the Harvard, law review was sending their fucking retarded tweets out there. So, okay. I don't want this person working for me, not because they got it wrong on Israel and Palestine, and not because, it's quasi anti-Semitic if it isn't fully anti-Semitic, but it's that they have such 10-cent brains that they can easily be scrambled, and these people never have their subjects in a vacuum. This is the fucking person that you do hire, and at some point, Bob from the Office Down thing brings in meatloaf for lunch, and they're like, I'm vegan, and this is an all-encompassing lifestyle. Pain in the fucking ass.
Yes.
You wish you never hired these people. You want to hire people that played like rugby in college and were enlisted in the Marines when they were 19.
Yeah.
They never fucking complain. They'll show up on Sunday. They don't care if it's snowing outside. They'll fucking walk to work. These bitches never stop.
No.
And it doesn't have to just be Palestine. It'll be everything. Everything. And at some point, some variation of COVID will come out, and they say they don't feel like it's safe to come into work, and they want to work from home, and then you'll say everyone else is at work, and then they'll sue you for not. This is a lifestyle.
So yeah,
and you can never get away from these fucking pussies.
So you're saying it's not necessarily what they're saying right now, but it's just you're showing combative tendencies.
You have a 10-cent head. You're going to be wrong about everything.
Yes.
And take this same person, and let's go, forget about Palestine. COVID.
Yeah.
Come into work. We're working on Monday.
Yeah.
Oh, no, they're not.
Yeah.
And they'll sue you, and they'll organize other employees not to come in because it's a dangerous work situation. Or, God forbid, there's a Christmas party where someone has a couple of pops and makes a joke about women or something. They're gonna report that guy.
Yep.
They're assholes, and all they want to do is fucking drop dimes.
And the people who sign their name to that thing or put their name are the Venn diagram of those people with the people who drive alone in their car with a mask on. It's a fucking circle.
Right.
It's one circle. You know what I mean? The same people.
So not for the free speech, but you've just given me that's a tell for you being a pain in the ass employee. They probably celebrate half birthdays. Where's Chip? Oh, he's not here. What's it? Half birthday. These are these people. God forbid one of these guys. Okay. One of these guys is going to be a gay couple. They're going to hire a fucking surrogate. She's going to get pregnant, and he's going to want 2 months maternity leave.
Yeah.
Even though he's not fucking married, it's not his wife, and it's somebody. He's going to take 2 months off. That is the same dude.
Yeah.
Who sides with Palestine.
Yeah.
That's why we can't have it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you think they should release the names?
Yeah. Well, listen. Anything. If you're willing to put your name on anything, then let it be public record. And by the way, theoretically, there should be a bunch of companies. You can get a job at the New York Times if you side with Palestine, and they fucking welcome you with open arms. LA Times would, CNN, MSNBC, they all fucking love Palestine over there. So it's going to open more doors than it's going to close. You can get a job at Huffington Post. You can't get a job at the Daily Wire.
So there's a place for them, but
of course.
You go work with the Young Turks. You know what I mean? There are many more outfits that agree with your retarded thinking.
Would you hire a 19-year-old you?
Me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. I would do anything. I work so fucking hard. I would do anything. I wouldn't say a word.
Yeah.
About anything. I was thinking about myself. When I was 19, I was working construction. I fell out of a window because they're too cheap to put scaffolding around the building. and they just hung a plank out the window and like toenailed it to the windowsill and put a 2x4 kicker down the thing. And I was out there with a high point saw and a carborundum blade, just fucking cutting stucco above my head, and the whole thing just collapsed.
Oh my God.
I slid right down the side of the building. Like my feet were just sliding down the side, landed on a cement staircase.
Jesus.
Just one cheek.
Yeah.
One cheek on one stair, put my left hand down, busted up my ass and my hand. Then the plywood fell on me.
Jesus.
And then I thought the skill saw was going to land on my head too, but I'd had enough forethought. I threw it in the window. As I was going down, I chucked the skill saw in the window, and then I slid down the building. And it was like toward the end of the day, I was like 20 minutes left in the day, and I was like, I had a Charlie horse like I'd never felt before, and I was like limping, and bosses said like, let's go home. And I just went home, and I was fucked up.
Yeah.
I limped into work the next day because I thought I was going to get in trouble.
That's so funny.
I thought I was going to get fired.
Yeah. As opposed to nowadays, you'd be like, I can sue for $10 million.
Yeah, or nowadays you just go, look, I got fucked up pretty bad.
Yeah.
I'm going to go see a doctor, and then you got to pay for that. And then he'll probably tell me to stay home for a couple of weeks, and that's what I'm going to do, but I'm going to need to be paid.
Yeah.
Luckily, it's only $8 an hour, so, I fucking limped into work. I thought I was going to get fired.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's a different generation.
Oh, my God. I was in San Francisco at Cobb's, and Mike and I walked down to the Golden Gate Bridge. So romantic. And it was like, we went on like a 3-hour walk. And when I was walking home meaning the hotel, it was like 4 PM, 2 shows that night. We were looking at these pelicans that were just skimming the sea. I love pelicans. I don't know why. I love a big bird, but I love a pelican. I love the dive bomb, and Mike and I were doing this whole talk about pelicans, and he was telling me that the brown pelican was from Louisiana, and that's the name of the team of somewhere, and blah, blah, blah. And as we're walking on this asphalt path, as I was looking to my left and looking at the pelicans, I found myself drifting a little to the right. Off the edge of the path, it just rolled down like 8 inches, and I just rolled.
Oh, shit.
I rolled that right ankle, and I went down. I didn't roll it, and I went pow,
yeah,
like flat out on my face.
Like
on the,
Perry
on
just
the
tackled you. Yeah.
Yeah, Rick Rosner. But yeah, Perry tackled Rick. Yeah, that's how I went down. And I got up, and I was like, fuck, I rolled my ankle, man. I haven't rolled it bad in a while. And I was like kind of fucked up, and then I went back to the hotel and took a nap, and then like Mike called me at like 7 and said like, I'll meet you in the lobby, and we'll just walk to the club. It was a half mile away, and I was like, okay. I just fucking walked in. My fucking ankle was fucked up.
Yeah.
I was like, so what?
Yeah, that's what you got to do, man.
That's how it worked. All right, so listen, I guess here's the other thing too. If doxing people or putting them on a list or letting it known who they are, if it's going to slow the roll of the crazed radical left, then so be it. Anything to slow it down just a little bit.
I agree.
Yeah. And also, turnabout is fair play. I mean, you guys have been trying to get people fired for not getting vaccinated for 3 years.
Oh, my God.
So this is a little turnabout.
And uncovering old tweets from when that person was 20 and having them fired and things like that. So, okay.
Reminder to delete all my tweets when I get back home.
I know. Yeah. I've searched through all of them. They're screenshotted, man. A lot of people talking about Rolling Stone's latest list. I know we very rarely agree with the Rolling Stones, so we'll see what you think about this. They released the 250 greatest guitarist list.
Oh, boy.
And yeah, so there's a collage of 250 of the greatest guitarists.
Front center's a woman you've never seen before.
Yeah.
I know. All right, they did it to themselves.
That's Yvette Young. She is in a band called Covet. She actually rips. She's Chinese American.
Yeah.
I might
but
buy
like
that
new.
because Chinese people are so fucking good at shit than
Math
fun.
rock.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I get it. It's just someone we've never heard of.
Right.
Yeah.
Seems
So
weird.
so just to give you some range of where they went, 250 started with Andy Summers. Mm-hmm. The Police. Number 1 is Jimi Hendrix. Clapton is number 35. Number 20, Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Jesus.
Yeah. So there's, but a lot of people are saying like just the top 10 alone. I'll read you. So number 1 is Jimi Hendrix. Number 2 is Chuck Berry. Number 3, Jimmy Page. Dawson says he's okay with this so far. Number 4, Eddie Van Halen. Number 5, Jeff Beck. Number 6, Sister Rosetta Tharpe.
Now we got problems.
Number
well,
6.
I can't say she's a bad guitar player, but we do know why she's on this list.
Right.
Okay.
The thing that everyone's saying, though, is who? Anyway,
Right.
go
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, so Sister Rosetta Tharpe, number 6. Nile Rodgers, number 7. B.B. King, number 8. Number 9, Joni Mitchell.
Didn't know she.
And
was
then number
known
10,
for
Dwayne
guitar
Allman.
work.
Yeah.
Yes.
Forget about the egregious nature of Dwayne Allman being a worse guitar player than Joni Mitchell. But Stevie Ray Vaughan at 20. Stevie Ray Vaughan at 20. Joni Mitchell at
Right, but
Nine.
but here's what I'm saying, and this is the time we're living in. Does anybody think? I know there's what. So here's the time we're living in. Dove soap wants us to be attracted to fat women in their underpants, but
Yeah.
it won't work.
Yeah, no.
Because we want hot women
Yes.
in their underpants, and no matter how much Dove soap explains to us that this is the new body of beauty,
Yeah.
this is the new standard, we're not down with it.
No.
And we never will be.
Yeah.
So this is them saying Moonlight was a better film than Mission Impossible
Yeah.
or Star Wars or whatever it is. But we go, no, it wasn't. No,
Yeah.
I watched it. It was kind of boring. And no, there's 8 other films that year, 13. I'd much rather him. Then they go, we're giving the Academy Award to Moonlight. And then we go, but why? They go, because it was the best film. We go, but it wasn't.
was
Because
it?
nobody wants to see it. Nobody talks about it.
No, yeah.
And
No
we
one's seen
don't-
it twice. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
we don't. I'd rather watch Top Gun a third time
Yeah.
than Moonlight a second time.
Yeah.
And so would every human being on the planet. So you're trying to tell us that Sister Rosetta Tharpe is better and Joni Mitchell is better than Carlos Santana or Prince or Keith Richards, but we don't think that. And we're
Yeah.
never going to think it, but we do understand what you're doing.
Yes.
But that's why you've ruined your brand.
Yeah.
And Rolling Stone has ruined their brand, and the Academy Awards has ruined their brand, and the Emmys have ruined their brand. They've all ruined their brand with this.
Yeah.
That's
Who's
the
editor in
problem.
chief now at Rolling Stone? Like, what is the bona fides of the person who's editor in chief? Is it a
His son.
woman? Is it a
I think it's
Jan
Jan's
Wenner's son is the CEO of Rolling Stone now.
okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they definitely were like, well, we need a woman on the, hey, we gotta get a woman in the top 10. How about this? And
Oh,
Women
yeah,
of
you have an
color.
Asian woman. We put her right out front. And by the way, when you look at the list, it's half women on the collage. Or sorry, the montage.
This is the artwork created
of
for the
great
article.
guitarists and lots of people of color, and that's the new world order. That's
isn't there
how
like
you
an
do it.
objective metric where you can tell how someone good is at guitar? Like just the speed that they can play. The
Well,
different-
so a lot of people are defending this because they're saying, look, we said it's the 250 greatest guitarists, not the 250 best guitarists. So
What?
they're including like influence and
That's a
and
different-
Yeah.
situational.
Well, let's apply that to the NFL.
Yeah.
We didn't say the 250 best players. We said the greatest
players.
players.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, if you're talking about influence,
Yeah.
how many budding guitarists say, I want to be like Sister Rosetta Tharpe?
Right. Well, Mother Mabel Carter's ahead of Stevie Ray Vaughan.
Yeah. Like Derek Trucks, arguably the greatest slide guitar player alive. He's number 80. Whereas Carrie Brownstein, who is like the Fred Armistead's partner in Portlandia, was like in the 60s.
Right.
Like, because she's
Got
in
it.
Slater Kinney. But it's weird. Like, it feels like they're shoehorning people in
Right, but could it go any other way? I mean, this is what Rolling Stone is doing. But
Joan
what
Jett,
I'm,
number 76.
No. Ugh. Yuck. Only reason she's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is because she's a woman.
And the 76th greatest guitar player.
That's why she's on that list, too.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
They did a good thing here. You know who Ry Cooder is?
Of course
Yeah.
I do.
Okay, Ry Cooder at number 66. Like,
I only say,
okay,
of course,
all right.
is because he plays with John Hyatt, and they started a super band at some point.
He also played
never
with
forget anything
Jagger
like
on
that.
a pretty cool hit. I believe it was in one of the Scorsese movies, Memo from Turner.
Yeah. Jim Keltner and Ry Cooder and John Hyatt started a all-star band of people no one has ever heard of outside of their industry.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But incredibly respected inside, but not traveling Wilburys. You know what I mean? Where everyone knew. I think they want... I'm glad I wasn't at that meeting because they were like, we're going to do with the traveling Wilburys. Yeah, that's a band filled with household names.
Yeah, exactly.
No one knows who Ry Cooder is.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
got
people
Django
in the
Reinhold.
studio know who it is,
Yeah.
but outside the studio, what was that band? Was it All-Star Hyatt Band? They had an album called Little Head on it, I think. But
By the way, speaking of Gary Moore left out of the list from Skid Row.
what was the band? Oh, Dawson will find it. It had Ry Cooder, John Hyatt, Jim Keltner, and one other
John Mellencamp? No.
name. No, I hate that guy. That sucks. He's ugh. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah.
I can find it.
All right. Well,
All right. So anyway, I don't know if Rolling Stone knows this or if the Academy Awards knows it, but we no longer can listen to you.
Yes.
When you come, it's like, let's see what MSNBC has to say about COVID. Like, okay, we can't.
We can tune out
We
now,
can't
yeah.
listen
Yeah.
to you. What's the
John
band?
Hyatt had Howie Epstein on bass. He was the second bass player for Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. Really famous, yeah.
And then who else? Ryan.
Daryl Verduzco on drums, Jesse Harms on keyboard. and Ry Cooder.
This isn't the band I'm talking about.
Okay, I'll keep looking.
My band had Jim Keltner playing the drums.
And by the
Jim
way,
Keltner played drums with Nick Lowe Cooder on bass
Nick
and
Lowe.
Ry Cooder.
Hold on. Wait. Nick Lowe or Nick Lowe?
No, this is not. That's not that band. That's his Little Village band. It has
Yeah,
Nick
Little
Lowe
Village.
Cooder. I don't know
Really?
who that. Yeah, it's probably Ry Cooder's brother.
No, I think that's a weird.
I'm still looking.
Like
I have
typo?
every one of John Hyatt's bands.
Oh,
in front of
it's
me.
Little Village, but Nick Lowe Cooder
Is
sounds.
Nick Lowe probably?
I think it's Nick Lowe and Ry Cooder. I think that's a typo or something.
yeah.
We'll figure it out. Anyway, all right. All things.
All roads point toward you always being correct. His name is Nick Lowe. I know it's Nick Lowe, but on this,
Right.
on John Hyatt's website,
Yeah.
it says Nick Lowe Cooder.
Yes. Or Nick Lowe Cooter, because Lowe is just Nick Lowe. But now, I wonder how. You see, here's what I think.
Yeah.
I think the real benefactors of this era we're living in, Rolling Stone, it's the Emmys. Oh, wonder how many Abbott Elementary is going to take home this year.
Yeah.
Like, that's how we have to do it, right?
Yeah.
And the Oscars and everything else. The real benefit is professional sports. It's the NFL,
Yeah.
because no one ever questions who's on that field and do they deserve to be on that field, or are they just on that field because they're trying to sort of round it
Yeah.
out from a demographic
Well, that's all
standpoint.
sports is a
That's all
meritocracy.
sports, and that's why we love it.
Yeah.
And no one knows that's why we love it, but that's why we love it.
Yeah. Absolutely.
You never imagine how fast football would be ruined for you if there was some like Asian cornerback and he was getting lit up, and you're like, is he really the best the Ravens have?
No, he's the greatest. He is the greatest.
You'd be ruined. Like, it would ruin
100%.
you for the sport, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Whenever I see like a white person playing safety, I'm like, fuck, they're gonna get burned.
Yeah, I know. And then we're going to get blamed.
Hey, back to this Rolling Stone list really quick. I always like to try to point good things out. This is this I believe in. Number 63, Richard Thompson. Number 62.
Hold on.
Okay.
Richard Thompson, the actor who played John Boy in the long-running series. No,
That's Little House on the Prairie?
No, he was, oh God.
Richard Thomas?
Richard Thomas.
Yeah, Richard Thomas was from John. Yeah, but it wasn't Little House on the Prairie. It was,
Yeah, okay. No,
Can't think of
not that guy. I've seen Richard Thompson play a solo acoustic show,
okay.
and he's fucking amazing.
Oh, well, that's good.
62, Peter Green. Peter Green's Fleetwood
The
Mac.
actor?
No. From the guy in...
The crazy actor who
He's
threw a
the
cigarette at
actor
someone's eye?
from The Mask. And he was also...
Usual Suspects.
And he was also in Judgment Night.
Judgment Night.
Oh, don't pretend like you don't fucking
don't know
know
Judgment
Judgment
Night.
Night. Cuba Gooding Jr.
Oh.
Emilio Estevez.
I gotta go back.
Adam Carolla as a stand-in. I stood in.
What?
That was my greatest job ever.
You were standing for who?
I stood in for one of the bad guys who name you never heard of. The bad guys were Dennis Leary, House of Pain guy. Shit.
Steven Dorff.
No, Steven Dorff wasn't the bad guy. He was the guy on the run.
I was gonna say, you can't be a stand for Steve Dorff. Steve Dorff is like 5'4".
No, it was who's the House of Pain guy?
Everlast.
Everlast. I think it was Everlast, Dennis Leary,
Oh my God.
Peter Green, and then guy you've never seen before or after with long hair and shortish.
Did he play in John Hyatt's band?
I stood in for Nick Lowy.
Michael DeLorenzo.
Michael DeLorenzo. No, was it?
I remember thinking that last time we talked about this.
That guy was, I think he was the cop. Oh, no, maybe you're right. Yeah, maybe you're right. Anyway, I stood in because my buddy worked as a second AD on that film.
Wow.
And he got me a stand-in job. And that was the sweetest gig ever.
Oh, there are people who are like stand-ins for celebrities like their whole career. And they're loaded.
It's a fucking sweet.
Yeah.
Well, first thing, you get as many granola bars as you want. Like, that was a big deal when I was poor. You got free food. You got catered lunch, catered dinner. And if it went long, you just got paid golden time and shit. And you didn't have to do shit. You didn't even do anything most of the time. They'd just call you and just for lighting.
Yeah.
Just for lighting. But the comedy is you had to look like the person.
Yeah.
I didn't look like my guy. The guy looked like Dennis Leary. His stand-in looked exactly like Dennis. Same height, same build, same hair color, same haircut. They would cut your hair and stuff.
Yeah.
My guy had long hair and was short, and it looked nothing like him.
Yeah.
And everyone else looked spot on to their guy. And the fucking AD or the lighting director, the camera director, he didn't know it was an inside job. He didn't know it was my friend who got me this job. So the very first night, it was a night shoot. And he just like, all right, second team, get in here. You stand-ins. And everyone showed up. And he's like, all right, it's outdoor scene. He's like, you know, Dennis Leary, you guys you're going to stand here. And then you're going to, this guy's going to stand over there. And he looked at me, he just looked at me like,
what are you doing here?
What are you doing here? And he's like, pause for a minute. And he's like, okay, just stand over here. And I was like, that was it. Once I cleared that window, I got in for the rest of the movie. And
great.
they shoot out of order. And my guy died at the end.
Oh, look at that.
My guy there's Peter Green, Dennis Leary, Everlast, and guy who looks like he's from In Excess.
And that was the guy you stood in for? The guy in the back?
The guy in the back with the long straight hair.
He was like 5'8"?
And I had super short buzz hair. The guy looks like Michael Hutchins from In Excess.
Yeah.
With the same hair. And I look nothing like him.
I will say he's lit very well, so you did a really good job.
Yes.
Well
thank you. And I don't know if he went on to anything. I don't know what it is, but different Peter Green?
Different Peter Green.
Okay. All right.
All right,
This
Rolling
Peter
Stone.
Green. John Mayer. And I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thompson was from the Waltons.
Oh, the Waltons.
The Waltons.
Yeah.
Yeah.
John
That was
Boy.
hot for a while. All right, one more.
One more. All right. So, internet also divided over this video. So there's a guy named Alan Henney. He's a journalist out of Washington, D.C. And he just puts up a video saying, hey, I'm driving this white Crown Vic, and here's me coasting at the stop sign, and they're charging me $200. They fined me $200. Do you think I should pay it? And everybody is chiming in, so we can watch what he does.
Four-way stop.
Four-way stop.
Comes to almost a stop. But no.
Continues to go.
Hollywood stop.
Yeah, it knows the Hollywood or the California stop.
Yeah.
And for some reason, it has like 16.5 million views right now on X or Twitter. Everybody's commenting, but they're actually siding against Alan. Yeah, they're saying, look, you didn't come to a complete stop, and it hurts to show that the guy behind you in the is that a Volkswagen? BMW. He stops completely.
Yeah.
So,
Well, the one thing the guy in the Crown Vic's got going is bad 90s suspension.
Yeah.
So when he puts the brake on, the car lurches forward like
it's
there's
still moving.
he's got a couple seals blown in those struts, you know what I mean? So that car, it lurches forward when he brakes, and then when he accelerates, it leans back. So it
that
gives
makes
the
sense.
look of, he's got the look of slowing down on him.
They got to call you on as an expert witness to testify in his trial.
Yeah, I'm a suspension expert. I'll talk about spring rates. I'll talk about Your Honor, he's calling it a shock when clearly it's a strut. So opposing counsel doesn't know what they're talking about. No, it's a live rear axle with leaf springs in the rear. There's no reason why it's unsafe to stop that car. Yeah, so show it again. Let's see. So
Okay.
you can watch the car, the Crown Vic.
Crown Vic, he says DC fined him $200. Should I pay or contest it?
Well, contest it anyway.
Contest it anyway. All right. Was this a cop or a camera?
Got to be a camera.
Looks like a camera.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, you can see there's like a flash. I don't know if that.
I give everybody. Well, to be fair to the puss in the BMW, he saw the flash.
And then he
yeah.
came to the complete
got
stop.
the lay of the land. And by the way, the BMW belongs in that neighborhood. That Crown Vic's just passing through. You know what I mean? I don't trust that Crown Vic.
Yeah.
I don't trust the guys driving a mid-90s Crown Vic through a nice neighborhood. That's got trouble written all
That's a sign,
over it.
He's off to do a drug deal right now.
Yeah, now the
car's marked a
BMW
long time
guy
ago.
lives 4 houses down, so he understands when he moved in. Hey, there's a light.
He may
and
have
a
been burned
camera.
before,
There's
yeah.
a camera at that intersection.
Yeah.
All right, so here's the speech, everyone, and I just gave it to Mike August, who got popped for rolling through a 4-way stop sign, and everybody needs to understand this because everybody's got the roll through a 4-way stop sign, which is 2 blocks from here. Who's come in before? Who works here?
Yeah.
Including me.
Here's the deal. Cops do not come to you. You come to the cops. You come to them. They're in the business of raising money.
Yeah.
They don't go places where there's no money to be raised.
Yes.
They only wait at the bottom of the grapevine where everyone is magically doing 83 miles an hour, and when they're heading up the grapevine, they're doing 57.
Yeah.
Because they're not smart enough to adjust their right foot enough to compensate for the grade, which is bizarre to me.
Yeah. Push the pedal in a little bit farther.
They're never on the uphill side. They're on the downhill side.
Yeah.
They do not wait at 2-way stop signs because people naturally come to a stop because 4-way, I would argue, you know what I would argue if I was this cat? I would say I was baited into this by the sign saying 4-way.
Always.
4-way makes you relax.
Yeah.
And you go, well,
There's no one here.
I don't have to come to a full stop. First off, it shouldn't delineate between 4-way and 2-way.
You're right.
It's a stop sign.
Yeah.
I don't need to know
Interesting.
all the machinations,
Yeah.
all the possibilities of where the other stop signs could be. It should not say 4-way. The reason they put a camera on the 4-way is because they put a sign on the 4-way
You're
that
right.
says it's a 4-way. Prepare to not come to a full stop.
That's very smart.
That's bait right there.
That's
I've
fucking
never thought
bait.
that. Absolutely. Because everyone at 4-way stop sign will look around and like do the Hollywood stop.
Yeah.
They all will. Yeah.
Right. Because it is a waste of your time to come to a complete stop, and they wait by the four-way, which I argue is entrapment.
Yes.
By
Your Honor.
putting the sign up. And I would ask, so Your Honor, you explain to me why I need to be notified that it's four-way. I have, not only do I have a stop sign.
Yes.
That's informing me to stop. Secondly, if I think it's a two-way, I am more apt to come to a complete stop.
Absolutely.
So why is this? And how much is this costing the taxpayers? These plaques.
Yeah.
Do we have to
How many
say
prisoners have
announcing
to
four-way?
work to make that little plaque right there?
And what about the three-way? Does that say four-way? Does that say all-way?
Oh yeah.
Does this say all-way?
It's
That
like a
says
little.
all-way,
It's
yeah.
like a parenthetical, like you don't really have to fucking stop. Oh wait, you know what that means. You know
Yeah.
the stop. Keep going.
Wink, wink, nod, nod.
Stop at your discretion.
Yeah.
Yes. So now, what I'm saying to you people, do you speed when you're driving to Vegas? Do you go over 75 miles an hour, whatever the post? Do you do that when you
Yes.
drive to Vegas?
I do.
Unequivocal, yes. Do you frequently coast through all-way stop signs? Yes.
Yes.
If you know your neighborhood and there's one in your neighborhood and there's never a cop there, whatever, then yes. All right. So if you are willing to do that, then you should be willing to drive through left turn arrows with me. Because cops don't hang out because I'm the only person who does that.
Yeah.
You could spend an entire career waiting at an intersection with a red arrow, and none of the sheep pussies would ever go through the red arrow that doesn't need to be red when the light is green. I do it. Nobody else will
I do it as well.
You do?
I did it like yesterday. I was like, there's no one coming. This is how it works. Well, I don't fucking need this. I took left. But you're right. A cop is not going to be waiting there because no one is going to be doing that. Because everyone's a sheep.
Cops are fishing where the fucking bass are. They can't go to a pond that has no bass in it.
Right.
Yeah.
If you're at an all-way stop sign, you could count on one in every 5 people not coming to a complete stop. Maybe
Yes.
1 in 3, 1 in 4.
Yeah.
All right. 1 in 5 aren't going to come to a complete stop at an all-way stop sign. And if you're patrolling the highways on the way to Vegas, you could count on 1 in 5, if not more, going 10 miles an hour over the posted speed limit.
Mm-hmm.
And if you were patrolling the Grapevine, you could count in at least 1 in 3, 1 in 4 coming down that hill above the posted speed limit. If you then go to an intersection that has a red turn arrow that turns red, you could count on nobody but us.
Yes.
And you've just been welcome to the party. Perhaps you said it convenently because I labeled you a pussy sheep. I said you're a
swear
pussy
to
sheep.
God,
Bill.
I had this conversation yesterday. I was with my girl. I took a lap. She's like, "Why'd you?" I was like, "No one's coming. Why the fuck not?"
It does always
makes no
freak out
point.
the passenger.
Yeah.
It freaks them out. I do it everywhere. Okay. Now, nobody does it at the arrow.
Yeah.
So the cop will not be there because they're not dumb. They're dealing in volume.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It's like saying, do you want to wait on the main highway on the way to Vegas, the 15 or whatever the fuck it is that goes to Vegas? Would you like to wait there with your radar gun, or would you like to go on the old dark road that's off the highway where old man Sutton lives at the end? It's like, well, nobody drives down that road. Well, who knows? A car may come down. Nope, not there. We're going to where the fish are.
Yeah.
That's how cops work. They're there to raise money. Those cops are there to raise money. So they have to go where the getting is good. Thus, you should be driving through the arrows, and I've now expanded it to any red light that I've deemed useless.
Yes, I agree. When it's 4 a.m. and there's no one around and there's a red light and there's literally no cars within half a mile, just fucking go.
4 a.m, I did this coming out of the Roosevelt Hotel behind Jimmy's Theater at 12:30 on Friday. Somebody, me and Mike August. He was driving one car, I was driving another, and the light wouldn't fucking change.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right,
Okay.
well, fuck it.
I do that shit all
There's
the time.
no cops behind me. Just do it.
I think people are worried that, like, I know you're saying they're going to be traps, but they're worried that a cop will coincidentally be driving around right when you make that decision to do that. Which is
Well,
probably
if you're
very-
talking about running a light or going through an arrow, the arrow can only be detected if the cop is behind you.
yeah.
Because other than that, it's a green. Mm-hmm. The blowing the red can be detected from the other directions, but the arrow only if they're behind you, pretty much, unless they're coming the other way and super savvy. But it just, the arrow doesn't look like anything because you're doing something that is safe and legal in the next intersection.
Yeah. I'm going to do that from now on. I'm going to take the left on the red arrow, and if I get busted, I'm going to let you know.
Told everyone, I'll pay the ticket.
He's giving that to his audience.
Nice.
If you're at the red arrow and I'm not doing camera tickets, and you've checked and that cop's not behind you, because the least you should do is look in your rear view, then you turn, and I will pay. And it is now, I am on year 25 of this.
Whoa.
5. You suckers.
Yeah.
25 years of going through these arrows every single time. No one even, it's never.
The amount of time you've
I've been doing it for about a decade.
About a decade.
Every time. It's
You
perfect.
can't get a ticket because they're not looking there.
Exactly. That's why I also say always look way ahead of you on the freeway because you want to speed, but the cop's up there.
Right.
Cop ain't coming behind you, so keep your eyes out of the rear view.
Wait, how do you know he's not coming behind you?
Because I drive 90 and he really has to be out sightseeing.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Like there's no highway patrol is going 90 miles an hour. They're not going to catch up to me. I'm going to catch up to them.
All right. I'm halfway with you on that one. It's not as foolproof as the arrow. The arrows. Listen, there's no more town that gives out more tickets than L.A.
Oh, God, yeah.
I've been doing this for 25 years. I never been close to getting a ticket.
Yeah.
So that's how you know people.
Yeah.
All right. Let me once again give our condolences to Suzanne Summers, Alan Hamill, just two of the greatest salt of the earth folks on the planet. And, you know, most people forget about a love of their life, 50 some odd years into somebody you just worship and adore is, look, nothing goes on forever. You can't ask for more than that. I mean, they won. She left too soon, but they still won the lottery in the love department. And Alan, I'm sure, is grieving now, but I will be reaching out to him and whatnot because she was. In terms of Suzanne Summers, she's definitely the one of a kind. Never going to have that again.
Yeah.
There's just one Suzanne Summers, and we lost her. But thank God I got to spend a little time with her, and such a delight. Bill, it's got the series coming out, Lawmen, Bass Reeves, and that'll be coming out on Paramount Plus soon. Also, live shows everywhere. Has you got a website, Bill, that people can go to?
Yeah, it's just BillDawes.com. I don't think I've looked at it in like 5 years. I've really touched it.
It says Ry Cooter's playing lead guitar. Ryan Lowy Cooter.
Every Tuesday, 10 p.m. at the Hollywood Laugh Factory.
If you ever want to do Adam.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. Love it.
I think I asked one of your people if you could do a 10 p.m. Monday.
You couldn't do it.
And they were like, oh, that's too late. You don't want to do 10 p.m. on Monday.
Oh, no, he could do it. I think there's something. You texted me that.
Oh, that was you? Okay.
And then you're also headlining Tropicana in Vegas, November 13th through the 19th.
It's DAWES. And Spokane, Washington, coming up at Spokane Comedy Club, October 27th and 28th, 4 shows. And then Tacoma Comedy Club, that'll be October 29th. 2 shows, so come on out if you're in that neck of the woods. Until next time, it's Adam Carolla for Chris Maxipata and Bill Dawes saying mahalo.
Lou Reed at 89. Leave us a voicemail at 888-634-1